Hey, what's going on, Old Nation? This is Kelvin Hunt, editor of ChopChat.com. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to Built for Playmakers YouTube channel. Fresh off a big blowout win over Wake Forest. Man, I told you guys that's one of the ones I wanted, aside from the Miami and Florida games. And to be honest, man, we blew them out, but I kind of did want a little bit more, especially early on when the defense was getting off the field and the offense, was kind of struggling to push that lid on up to 21-28 nothing there. But I'll take it. 41-16. It felt like it was a home game. I think Jared Verse said that he told the Wake Forest players that it probably feels like a road game for them because there were so many FSU fans. And so shout out to the FSU fans for showing up there and showing out. Big time performance on both sides of the ball. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about that Wake Forest game. It went pretty much how we said it would. I said that the past two opponents had put up over 300 yards in the air against Wake Forest and expected Jordan Travis to have a big day, and that's pretty much what happened. 359 yards, 3 touchdowns, and dominant performance, especially missing some of your key guys there at wide receiver. But that's kind of what I want to talk about in this particular game. All year, I've been talking about how this offense is going to determine how far this team will go. And, it was frustrating a lot of the times early in the year whenever, it felt like the offense was forcing the ball downfield a ton. And I didn't really have a problem with them forcing the ball downfield with the one-on-one matchups. It was more so situational decisions where it was, 3rd and 3 or, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 1, things like that. And we were throwing the ball, 25, 30 yards downfield and, it's incomplete and then you punt or whatever. And that was the frustrating part to me. And I know obviously the offense is built for playmakers, right? But it feels like, and I tweeted this on Sunday, that Jordan Travis is beginning to morph into the Jordan Travis that we saw towards the end of the year last year. And, the stats back it up, the eye test backs it up. And, I wrote a little bit about it there in my major takeaways from the Wake Forest win. But if this is the Jordan Travis that we're going to get the rest of the season, you can go ahead and book us. You can go ahead and book us to the college football playoffs. You can go ahead and I'm telling you right now, you can go ahead and write it down. I know the selection committee is going to meet on Tuesday night. I'm recording this on Monday night, and look, FSU's resume should be number 2 at worst. They'll probably be number 4 because a lot of the media voters are dummies. But look, as long as we went out, we're going to be in there like swimwear, and that's all that matters. So in this particular episode, I want to highlight some of the things that kind of point towards FSU's offense trending towards elite status, and basically, that kind of hinges on Jordan Travis's play in the O-line somewhat. They had a pretty good game, all things considering. So we're going to go ahead and show some clips here like we normally do. If you haven't hit that like button, man, please go ahead and do that. You guys have been great here over the last few videos and supporting the channel and hitting the like button. Like button helps us out, helps us reach more FSU fans. So if you could go ahead and hit that like button for me real quick. And we're going to go ahead and get into it here. Let's see. All right. Yep. Okay. So here we go. So one of the main things, now this is first quarter. So this is a key point, right? So this is the first touchdown that FSU scored. And so one thing that we've been wanting Jordan Travis to do, and it's something that he did last year, was, obviously he used his legs quite a bit towards the end of the season. And it really felt like the FSU offense was like, it really couldn't be stopped at times whenever he did that. We saw it against Duke there in the fourth quarter, and we saw it a little bit earlier against, and I really didn't think that he would run the ball that much against Wake Forest, but he ran it a few times, surprisingly. So he kind of had to in this one, but it was good to see him not hesitate and just go ahead and take off and go into the end zone pretty much untouched. So you see these two, they rush three, the ends come off, and he scores easily. Now, you don't like to see the ends get beat that badly, but step it up in the pocket like that. Good job by, I can't tell who that is, who that wide receiver, maybe Darian Williamson. Good job by him and getting that last little block, getting that guy out of the way so Jordan Travis can score. But seeing Jordan do that early in the game, I mean, it's 3rd and 11. See him doing that early in the game, kind of sets up some things for later. Also, this is also early in the game. This is on a drive a little bit after that touchdown, and we've been wanting Jordan Travis to keep the ball on the read option all season, and here we go. I mean, Jordan Travis is one-on-one with the defender. I mean, you take that all day. I mean, there's very small percentage, very small amount of time that Jordan's going to get tackled here. I mean, it is incredibly difficult to come in full speed like that, break down. Yeah, I mean, good luck with that, player. I would like to see Jordan stop trying to fight for some of these. Just go down right here. Just go down. But he's a competitor, and but yeah, just go ahead and go down, bro. Just stop doing all the extra stuff. So Jordan's keeping the read here. All right, we're gonna go to this one here. So again, this is Jordan using his legs. Now this is late in the game, but it's good to see him not hesitate. Looks downfield. Early in the year, he would have forced his pass downfield, but here, he looks. And he's like, okay, let me go ahead and get these yards. Look, when Jordan does that, bro, this offense is almost unstoppable. Yeah, we need more of that, baby. More of that. All right. So here, 3rd and 1. It's 3rd and 1. And this is what I was talking about earlier. It's 3rd and 1. And instead of chunking the ball downfield, 30 yards, it's a quick, decisive decision, and you get the first down. Keep the chains moving. This is to Jaheim Bell. They did this several times in the game. Look at that. No hesitation. Great job by Portier down here on this block. That springs it. Look, got him locked up. Gets rocked right there. But you'll see on the very next play, Jaheim gives him that work. Although that's a different clip. We'll see that in a little bit. Here, now I said on Twitter during the game, I was like, man, I'm tired of seeing these little short routes to Keon Coleman where he can't get any yaks, right? He can't. It's like either they were doing these little hitch routes or whatever, and Jordan was either overthrowing him and Keon was getting rocked, even though, he wasn't going to catch the ball, or as soon as he caught the ball, he's getting rocked. So I was like, why are we doing these little short passes? And, it's just, you're just not getting much from it. But here, a lot of people came back and was like, oh, how you feel about the short passes? Well, on this one, Jordan doesn't hesitate. I mean, he hikes the ball, and the ball's out of his hands, and the ball is to Keon before the defender can get there. And Keon makes a miss, and, it's a touchdown. So see how he does no hesitation. Watch. Look, he catches the ball. The defender is 4 yards away. And stiff arms him for good measure. Okay, so that's beautiful. Here, there's something that we haven't seen too much of, but nice little screen pass. 1st and 10. They come with a blitz, right where the blitz was. Boop. Rodney Hill probably should have scored on this. He kind of got tripped up, but the blocks were there. This should have been a touchdown. Oh, that's a beautiful play call. So just giving the ball to your guys in space and, letting them do what they do. Here is the second touchdown pass to Keon Coleman. Here's 1st and 10. And he throws the ball to the outside shoulder so that, basically it's either Keon's going to make a play on it or it's going to be incomplete. Defender don't even know where the ball is. So much for that seatbelt action, bro. Look at that. One-handed catch. Keon's a beast. All right. So this is another thing that we're seeing more and more of over the past couple of weeks. Jordan Travis is using the middle of the field. Earlier in the year, it was a lot of, go routes, one-on-one type of deals, but here we've seen him hit Keon Coleman over the middle. Johnny Wilson, when he was healthy, we've seen him hit him over the middle. Here we see this should have been a touchdown too. This is an amazing throw. Look at that. That should have been a touchdown. Look at this. That's nice. And you see the protection. The protection is great. Gives enough time. Boom. I mean, he puts it on the money, man. That's what you want to see. That's what you want to see. Here's another situational 3rd and short. And, there seems to be a trend. They're kind of going to Jaheim Bell on these quite a bit. No hesitation. Great job by Portier. 1st down. See, earlier in the year, we were going vertical for whatever reason. It was frustrating as hell. This is more of the stuff that we saw last year, kind of just taking what the defense gave you. We did force the ball to Keon earlier in the game. And, we had success, but it feels like the offense just operates at a different level whenever they do this sort of thing here. Just keep the chains moving. Look, that's 12 yards right there. 12 yards. Take that all day. And this is a dime. When Jordan is doing this right here, man, look, he got all day to throw the ball too. Look at that. Look at that. Bro. You're not stopping that. And, tight end up the seam. There was another play. I must have left a clip off where he hit Jaheim Bell. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. I got that clip somewhere. Hold on just a second. Here it is. This throw right here. Look at this. This is right after Bell had gotten rocked. Look at this throw. Man. Look, man, whenever Jordan Travis is making throws like that, whenever Jordan Travis is running like he did earlier in the game, I mean, there's just there's just um there's just not too many things that teams can do against his offense. Not only that, they ran the ball a lot better than people realize. I think in this particular game, they didn't run it often. They started out throwing the ball. I think they had 6 out of 9 plays on the first drive were passes, and it's almost like they threw the ball, to loosen the defense up for the run game, because Wake Forest, their strength coming into the game was stopping the run, and it felt like that once they kind of opened up with the pass and spread them out. And you heard Mike Norvell talk about that in the press conference earlier on Monday. They used the pass game to kind of spread them out and get space out there, and that allowed the run game to flourish. And we saw, Trey Benson had and I really credit to Trey Benson. That's one thing I got wrong. But again, I think, them spreading the ball out early helped him. But he ran hard. He had 55 yards, I think it was, on 10 carries, so 5.5 yards a pop. We saw Rodney Hill have a couple of strong runs. And again, Jordan Travis ran the ball well. So this offense looks like it's beginning to morph into what we saw last year. And again, there's Pittsburgh, they're a mess. Miami is nowhere near as good as they think they are. Got North Alabama, and of course Florida just got ran through by Georgia, and they got a tough. I think they got Arkansas, Missouri, and Florida State. And do they have another game? Anyway, they got a tough schedule there. So who knows what type of shape they'll be in by the time FSU goes to Gainesville. So defense is playing lights out. Good gracious. They just I told you the Wake Forest offensive line was trash, and 10 tackles for a loss, 5 or 6 sacks. Aside from like a couple plays, Wake Forest would have averaged like 1.9 yards a play, and they ran a lot of plays. And we said they run a lot of plays, and they ran the ball like 48, 49 times, averaged like 2 yards per play, and that's including that 51-yarder. Dominant defensive effort. The secondary continues, the starting secondary continues to not have allowed a passing touchdown all season. Several passes defended, which leads the nation. FSU is now holding opponents to below 50% completions on the season. And the crazy part is they are one of the teams are throwing the ball the most against. They're averaging something like 27, 28 attempts per game. And it's definitely no fly zone. Credit to Adam Fuller and Patrick Surtain. Just dominant. Ronaldo Green and Fentrell Cypress. The passing game, man, two of the better corners you're going to have in the ACC. Jarian Jones is playing well, and Shaheem Brown is playing well. Akeem Dennis steady. Not too much to complain about, man. Saw Jared Verse, Sean get 2 sacks in the game. Patrick Payton flashed. Everybody flashed, really. Kalen Loach, Tatum Bethune, they all had a lot of sacks. Mar Graham played well. So this Pitt team, again, their coach just threw them under the bus. Basically, in so many words, he said they lost all of their good players last year and didn't do a good enough job of replacing them with good players. And we saw some of the Pitt players quote tweeting that on the timeline there. So they're either going to go out there and basically, not give a crap and lay down, or they may try to prove them wrong. I don't think it's going to matter either way. We saw them beat Louisville earlier in the year, but that seems to be, one of the flukes one of the many flukes that we've seen in the ACC this year. So shouldn't be a problem going up there. FSU is like 23-point betting favorites. And the way the defense has been playing, as long as the offense shows up, and again, that's why we're doing this video. The offense is definitely started trending in that elite area. FSU's top 10 offensively, I think, and top 10 defensively. They may be 12th in FEI and number 9 or 8 in FEI defensively. But either way, they're up there among the top teams across all three phases. And it looks like that when you see them play. Shout out to Deuce Spann. It looks like he's finding a role there on special teams with kickoff returns. That ball he caught was like 3-4 yards deep in the end zone. He brought it out, and it was like, if he had like 1 or 2 more blocks, he was going to take that to the house. He looks effortless when he's running. Again, Keon Coleman's doing a good job of, punt. And look, think about this too. When was the last time we saw guys even have an opportunity to return so many punts? And I mean, so credit to the punt and return unit getting down there and holding blocks long enough so the guys have an opportunity to make a catch without the fear of getting crushed when they catch the ball. And shout out to the kickoff return unit for setting up some blocks and seeing Deuce Spann get out there and do his thing. So Mike Norvell has his team operating at a very high level. Aside from the lows here and there offensively, I think that you're looking at a team, if they can just cut down on those lows, and some of those lows in this game were due to the refs basically keeping Wake Forest in the game. I mean, let's be honest, some of those flags were ridiculous. So you got to mention that. I think I mentioned that in the preview that I did for Wake Forest. I said the refs are going to insert themselves, and pretty much, that's what happened. That's always what happens against North Carolina-based teams. So, but all in all, man, it was it's what you wanted. You saw some guys get in there and mop up duty and get some reps. All your stars ate. Got some stats to build on, and it's all about looking forward to this Pitt game. And so I expect FSU to take care of business. Like I said, I expect them to be number 4 in the college football playoff, although they definitely have the resume to be number 2 and arguably number 1. Georgia's getting a lot of credit for winning back-to-back titles, but I could see if it was the exact same team from the past 2 years, but it's not. So they should be judged on what they've done this year, not what the past 2 years have transpired. Ohio State, they get credit for their defense. I saw Kirk Herbstreit talk about Ohio State's defense, but they haven't even played a top 20 offense all season. Michigan, he has done number 1. They haven't played anybody all year. So for my money, I would put FSU up there again, number 2 at worst, arguably number 1, and that's not even a homer statement. I mean, the stats prove it. I mean, the eye test proves it. They've gotten, they played a strong schedule, and they've been dominating guys ever since. In the one game that they had a scare, we know what the context was for that particular, game with Boston College, with half the team having, the flu and whatnot. So, yeah, so I like where we are. Should take care of business this week, and we'll definitely try to get a video up for Pitt later this week, and we'll see where we end up next tomorrow night, I should say Tuesday night, when the college football playoff rankings are released, and we'll go from there. But again, if you haven't had a chance, you're still watching, hit that like button for me, and we appreciate you guys supporting us. And until next time, go Noles.